The viewers have spoken. The overwhelming response to the early weapon concept series has the majority asking for one class, and one class alone over all others. Now, before we get into this, I would like to mention that I know I skimmed over a few early weapon concepts, but I will most likely make a final video in this series after all of the other classes, covering any and all early weapon concepts that I may have missed. So if I leave one out, just let me know in the comments so I can get to it later. Now let's move on to what I was able to find today on Pyro's early weapons. First, we should mention that the Pyro was not going to have an air blast on any of his flamethrowers. That was an afterthought, as Pyro was terrible against classes like the Soldier and Demo Man. In fact, he almost did not have a flamethrower at all, but rather he would have had a blowtorch instead. It was later redesigned into a very crude and homemade looking flamethrower, kind of like Heavy's early minigun design from a previous episode. Maybe that was just the theme they were going for back then. Now, most of his flamethrowers didn't have any noteworthy changes, such as just a slight silhouette difference for the degreaser, or the backburner was going to have no eyes at first, but the Phlogistinator actually had entirely different particle effects before it was changed, as shown in this picture. Moving on to his secondaries, the flare gun had a ton of alterations before the final product, such as a very long stock that looks like it would have been a shoulder rest, a simple metallic flare gun, or a tiny pocket-sized flare gun. Honestly, I would love to see some of these concepts reused in new flare guns. Maybe for the Pyro update valve? Next is the Man Melter, which had a long particle effect trail that looked a lot like the early concept for the Flog's Fire. And it should. They were designed together after all. Next are the Melees, and first is that the Extinguisher was slightly more damaged and had a red ribbon tied around the handle, and while there is no picture to go with this, the Postal Pummeler was originally going to have a painted face and a small handle under the box itself. The original creator of the Postal Pummeler has updated the model and added an alternate style, but Valve has not approved these changes and have kept the original model in-game so far. The Sharpened Volcano Fragment, and this is a sad one, was originally just going to be a reskin for the Extinguisher. This is sad for the reason that the Sharpened Volcano Fragment sucks so much. Why does this weapon exist? I mean, I guess it's good in medieval mode, but what else? Seriously, just use the Extinguisher. Anyway, I'm sure every Pyro main would much rather have this be an Extinguisher reskin than what it is right now. Back Scratcher might be better for medieval mode anyway. Anyway, lastly, did you know that the Conscientious Objector was originally an early concept for the Neon Annihilator? I sure didn't before this list. How would that have worked, shocking people underwater, or would they not have thought of that stat yet? Probably the latter. Anyway, that's really all there is for this episode, and once again, if I missed any, just let me know in the comments down below and I will get to them in a later video. Also, be sure to let me know what classes you would like to see me cover next in this series, and if you enjoyed this series, be sure to subscribe for more and leave a like if you will. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.